Hi guys, it's Dutchess. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Dutchess. This is my channel, Dutchess Divinity, and we do lots of stuff here. But today, I'm going to tell you about the group spell workings we're doing for the month. So if you guys are confused by what those are, it's literally, I'm a witch, and my spirits, I channel spell work that I have to do wherever I go. Whether I'm traveling, or it's just a regular day, whatever, I'm just channeling spell work from month to month, or whatever. And this is my cat Cornica, by the way, for those of you who don't know. These are the spells that I've channeled for January. And this is what we're going to do. So I will read you the descriptions. And then if you want to join me, the links will be in the description. And yeah, everything will be there. All the information about the group spell. So the first spell that I'm going to talk about is an Ancestor Veneration spell. So every year I like to do a spell for my ancestors. It is important to pay homage to those who paved the way before us. Without their flesh, bone, and spirit, we would not be here. Many of us were sent down to our family line to break ancestral curses that have been plaguing our lineages for many generations. Last year, I actually had a client get pregnant from my ancestor working after 4 years of unsuccessfully trying. This is an example of a broken curse, cleared karmic debt, and blockage removal. One of my main guardian angels is my nonni, Italian for grandma. This year, we will perform the spell on her birthday. You will each get a tea light and a petition. There will be flower offerings, jar candles, and a nice Italian meal for the spirits. I will do singing bowl over the working after the spell. I will take your petitions down to the river and burn them as an offering to the ancestors. This will be a private live, and the link will be emailed on the day of the working. Live times are subject to change. I look forward to working with you. So that is the first spell. God, I can't get this mucus out of my throat since I've been sick. Drop any comments if you have any suggestions. Okay, the next spell that we're doing is a Saturn karmic completion spell. On this exact day last year, January 24th, 2021, I began my Saturn return and I nearly died. I've had many near-death experiences in my life, but this one hit different. I experienced a very bad, scary mushroom trip on top of anaphylactic shock. During the moments when my airways were closing and I was losing touch with reality, I saw my ancestors surrounding me and above me. At various points throughout this year, I have sent myself energy and protection in that moment, as time is not linear. As I near the end of my Saturn return, very grateful to be alive, I'd like to close it out with a spell. This spell can be used to send energy to yourself in the past or the future. This spell will banish depression and anxiety. It will also help to create gratitude and a fresh look on life. For this working, you will get a petition and a tea light. We will have jar candles and many incense. I will smoke the working with sage and use my rattles to move energy. There will be a river water clarity ceremony and prayer, as well as a journaling assignment. This will be a private live, and the link will be emailed on the day of the working. Live times are subject to change. I look forward to working with you. So this one, the concept is that, so we look at time like this, like past, present, future, we look at time like this, past, present, future, that like you can't get to the past and you can't reach the future. There's only right now, which is true in a third dimensional sense. But if my bad mushroom trip taught me anything, it taught me that time isn't real. Because I was like, in the past, I was in scary moments from my childhood. I was in other scary moments from adulthood and being a teenager. I could feel everything happening at once. Like, basically, I'm way too psychic for that. And it just, like, pushed me over the edge. And I could feel the entire universe all at once. And to be honest, guys, our reality is really fucking dark and evil and very depressing. But I don't have to tell you that. You already know. But I could feel it all at once. And it was way too much for a human to feel all that evil all at once. And instead of feeling the positivity. So basically, I almost died. I almost, like, my airways almost closed. I almost puked in my mouth. I'm going to do a story time on it. I'm still not ready yet. It's almost been a year. But I, throughout the year, have sent energy to myself. So if I'm feeling really happy to be alive, or just really safe, or I have a lot of energy to give, I'll think of myself in the bed when I almost died, and I'll send energy to that moment in time. So like when I was in Miami, I was sending a lot of energy to myself to like keep myself alive. So, and also I started sending energy to myself in the past when I was like suicidal, when I was a kid. Well, I shouldn't say kid, when I was a teenager, and also when I was very suicidal after being sexually assaulted and things. I've been sending energy to myself in those moments. Like, I've been sending energy to myself the moment after I was first violently assaulted as an adult, you know? That kind of kicked off my mental health journey. So, like, this working can be used to send energy to the past. Now, this working can be used to send energy to the future and connect to the future. If you have a really beautiful dream you're trying to accomplish in the future, you can use this working to send energy in that direction as well, okay? Basically, the point of this working is that time isn't linear, and that in this moment today, we can take spiritual and magical steps to protect ourselves in the past and to protect ourselves in the future, okay? So that's really what that working is for. And then the third and final working that we will be doing is a Satanic personal power spell. Now, I'm going to link my video on Satanism below because it is not what you think, and basically we've been lied to about so many things. Please don't come for me in the comments. I don't like eat babies or drink blood or anything. Basically, when I say I'm a Satanist, I literally just mean that I understand how to program and create my own matrix grid. I'm taking personal responsibility for my life. I take my life in my hands, and I know that I am the creator of my own reality. And because I give myself credit for being the creator of my own reality, you can technically call me a Satanist, okay? So I'll link the video below. Whatever. Please keep your nasty comments to yourself if you have them, okay? There's always a million, but whatever. Okay, I've been working with Bael for many lifetimes. So Bael, B-A-E-L, Bael. This is also known as the Lord of the Flies, but he's been very watered down and given a very bad name. If you look up B-A-E-L, Bael, as a, before the church perverted him, he wasn't a demon. He's just a deity from another lineage, okay? So always do your own research, and do extra research on what scares you, because there's power in taking away the fear from the things that scare you, and there's power in knowledge. I've been working with Bael for many lifetimes. To most, he is known as the Lord of the Flies. One of the lifetimes I spent closest to him, he was known as the Buffalo Man. This was a Native American lifetime with my twin. We were the medicine man and medicine woman of our tribe. We healed people with ease and also had supernatural abilities to bend the laws of time, space, and physics. Bael is a powerful, neutral, calm, confident force. He shows himself to me in long black robes with a deer skull for a head. Bael has offered to help us with boundaries and understanding our personal value and power. Tapping into Bael's energy can also be very beneficial to ease anxiety because he is neutral and confident. For this working, you will receive a tea light and a petition. We will burn a candle shaped like a spine to give us more of a backbone when it comes to boundary setting and maintaining. There will be a water and wine ceremony along with 4 black stick candles as offerings. I will also have bones for offerings as well. I will pray and do singing bowl over the spell, and your petition will be burned under the stars on a clear night. This will be a private live, and the link will be emailed on the day of the working. Live times are subject to change. I look forward to working with you. So here's the deal. Every time so you know how the indigenous have been under attack since the beginning of time, and that's the biggest genocide of all history, is the slaughter of the indigenous and the natives. Every time I tap in, so one of the reasons why I feel like twin flame relationships are kept separate is because every time, and I work with a lot of twin flames, I have a lot of twin flame clients, every time that I tap into a twin flame relationship, they were at least Native American for at least one life. And they were a part of a native tribe, and they were brutally murdered. Every time I tap into these people's past lives, they were brutally murdered, okay? And everyone who is a twin has some sort of Native American lifetime. When I go and tap into those lives, I think that the reason why the natives were being wiped off the planet is, for one, because they respected the planet and they understood the rules of the universe. But for two, I think that they were bending and defying the laws of physics. I also think they were working with aliens, okay? I know how crazy all of this sounds, but it's how I see it, and I'm psychic, and I've never been wrong before, okay? So I think they were working with interdimensional creatures that were teaching them ways to, like interdimensional creatures like the Buffalo Man, Bael, who were teaching them, because everything we think is a spirit is just an interdimensional creature. Everything we think is an alien is just, and I saw 1111, is just something else in another dimension. We're in a very physical dimension. Anything outside of this dimension would be considered alien to us because it doesn't have a fleshy form, when in reality it's just another creature vibrating in a different dimension. So I think they were working with the interdimensionals, and they were learning the secrets of this universe, and they could bend reality. Like when I go back into that life, when I would heal people, I levitated them off the ground first. So I would levitate them off the ground, and then my energy could just hold them there. They would just float there. And then I would heal over them, and you could actually see the waves and colors of energy coming out of my hands. Okay? Also, me and my twin, we had, like, he had, like, super strength. Like, he could, like, pick up big rocks and shit that didn't even make sense. I could levitate in the air. There were so many times that I've seen so many images of us, and I'm, like, out in these, like, desert plains, and I'm just, like, floating in the air like this, and it's dark, but the sky is, like, so clear, and he just comes up to me, and he's like, hey, he can't levitate. That's my gift. And so in that life, I'm teaching him how to levitate, and he's teaching me super strength in that life. So, like, I would, like, be levitating, he'd be like, hey, come have dinner, and I'd have to, like, hop down from my levitation, and I could do, like, crazy flips and stuff, too, because I wasn't very heavy, I wasn't very dense. I had learned how to bend density, right? So I could do all these flips and stuff because I learned how to bend density. I could levitate somebody to heal them because I learned how to bend density. I could levitate because I learned how to bend density, you know? And so basically when I go back into those lives, everybody has different kinds of superpowers like that. And all of us were wiped out, and they're doing their best. I'm getting chills just thinking about it. They're doing their best to keep twins separate in this life, because when we come back into union, I truly believe as the veil thins and as we step into 5D, the density will lower, and we'll begin to reawaken our gifts of bending the laws of time, space, and physics. And I think that the negative powers that be are absolutely terrified that we're about to take all our power back. Wouldn't you be scared if you brutally murdered an entire species of human? Wouldn't you be fucking terrified when they reincarnated back with all the gifts that you murdered them with, but times 10 because they have all these other lives and everything under their belt? Not to mention the internet, an endless source of information. Like, of course they're terrified. So we're gonna use because, you know, they use a lot of satanic symbols against us. We're going to use the satanic symbolism against them, and we're going to take our power back. So if all of that resonated with you and you would like to join me, the link will be in the description. But if you want to hear more about that, definitely comment, because I would like to talk more about those times. And I can actually tell you the story of how my twin and I were murdered if you'd be interested in hearing it, and just the story of our life and whatever. But I love you guys. I'll see you, those of you working with me, and for those of you who aren't, thanks for watching, and yeah, I love you. I'll see you soon. All right, bye-bye.